Welcome to the Startup Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, the host of the show, where we talk about raising funding for your startup and the time it takes to have an espresso. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot at startup funding and investing. The availability cascade is a cognitive bias defined by Wikipedia as a self-reinforcing cycle that explains the development of certain kinds of collective beliefs. Investors who repeat a belief among themselves will reinforce that belief even if it's not true. One investor will state his recollection as a fact to a group of investors. Another investor repeats the statement as a fact. As this continues around the group, the initial recollected memory becomes a fact that every investor believes. To overcome the availability cascade, presume nothing is true until proven. For example, if the startup doesn't state revenue numbers, then assume they have no revenue. In the diligence process, write out the assumptions you have and then test each one by going through the data room to verify or debunk those assumptions. This applies to the team, the product, the revenue, and the fundraise details in particular. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start up something today. Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early-stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.